All righty. So we have a fantastic run right off the press for you by Astrid the Horror Girl. This is Tamashii. Astrid, how you doing?
Oh, I am always doing well when I'm about to play Tamashii, one of the most iconic games in my speedrun catalog. Hello there, everyone. It is I, Astra the Horror Girl. Uh, let's talk about Tamashii real quick. This is, how I've liked to describe it is, um, Satanism through the lens of Gnosticism as told by H.R. Giger if he decided to make a 2D platformer. That's that's basically what this game is. So, uh just kind of a note, this game does touch on some themes of like sexuality and some like nudity and things like that, just letting you know what you're up against coming in here. All in good fun. It's all glorious stuff. And other than that, lots of blasphemy. So, letting you know what you're in for here.
Yeah,
This is a
yeah.
glorious
Tamashii
game.
is a celebration of life, but it is not necessarily one for the kiddos. This is your warning, parents. Tuck them away.
Yes, indeed. Um, but with that being said, I think we are ready to go. So the time will start once I hit play there, which will be in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good.
So that's God. And God is creating me right now. And he tells me, hey, I created you, therefore you gotta do what I say. Go get bad things out of my temple. And we are immediately greeted by Neon Genesis Evangelion. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. You can almost hear it, can't you?
I can.
Dun 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 dun.
Get in the mech, Astrid.
I will. All right, so we have a tutorial here up front. Um, that's just teaching us all the things about the game and what it is and what it do. So it's your basic 2D platformer, but just with, you know, covered in honestly art that I absolutely love. And all of it is like deeply symbolic to Gnosticism, Satanism, Zoroastrianism, and different things such as that. It's also very embracing of the left hand path as well. If you know, you know. It really is a game that, like, you've heard lots of kind of ideas of like, oh man, we're counting down the 5 most satanic games of all time. But the thing is, this game is actually satanic because it wants to teach you a little bit about Satanism and not just go straight for the novelty stuff. Like, it wants to actually kind of be informative. It's a learning experience that we are having. And I hope that you are here for such a learning experience with me. Now that we've gone through that tutorial, we can embark on the first chamber. So let's get to going. We are also introduced to one of the mechanics that the tutorial actually does not teach you, which is making clones. Clones are used to hold down buttons and do certain things for you while you are not there, and a lot of this game is like that. This is honestly a puzzle platformer, first and foremost, but it gets very complex as the game goes along. Some puzzles you'll be like, yeah, Astrid did that, but the solution might not make a lot of sense, and it's just because for lots of times you stand there kind of like for hours thinking, how the heck do I open that door? And eventually you get it. But as we are speedrunning this, I just have all the solutions just tucked away in my head.
That is incredible. But I do have a dilemma. Maybe you could help me figure out the solution to it. How do we make number go up? How do
Well,
we how do we get that to happen?
well, you see, what you're gonna have to do is um, donate to this wonderful charity event that we've got going on right now. Um, all your donations are for an extremely good cause. Why don't you tell them about it, Big?
Oh my goodness, I would love to. But before I talk about the cause, I would love to share a £9 87 pence donation from a lovely person. Maybe you've heard of them. Their name is Gulch2. And
Oh,
they send that with the comment, "Let's go Astrid, Tamashii Tom, woohoo!" And I hope the woohoo really just sold that for you, because we are here raising money for Safe in Our World. It is a mental health focused gaming led charity. We are here to help our fellow gamers because times are tough right now. We have a couple incentives open. One of them, every donation counts towards it. You don't got to do anything special. Every pound, every pence goes towards our milestone goal of unlocking the Pyramid Run for Half Dead 3. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Half Dead 3 is a lot like the movie Cube, where you have to escape from a cube. Pyramid is the pyramid. Yeah, I'm sure you can infer based off of shapes. I'm not a math major. I don't know anything about geometry. There is another Half Dead 3 incentive, though, if I have a moment to tell you about it. If we can meet a 200-pound target goal, so you have to actually click that one when you're donating, gamers. I'm sorry. It's one extra step, but I promise you it's worth it, because it will unlock a small map cube high difficulty showcase. So this is the fastest, most intense, most RNG heavy possible, and we would love to show it to you here tonight on Time Tick.
thank you very much, Big Scared. Um, all that you've missed is fighting E.T. if he was Jesus.
Yeah, no big deal.
Basic
No big
things.
deal. It's fine. It's
Um,
Tuesday.
but we also talked to a very interesting character who's apparently the source of the corruption. Um, they told us that, hey, um, think about the things that your God is telling you and expects of you. You know, don't you think you should have individuality? Don't you think you should be able to make decisions on your own? Don't you think that you should be able to do the things that you want to do? Just saying. Maybe you shouldn't be beholding to anything else but yourself. Basic things. And so, like a responsible creation of God, we went and told on them. That's what happened. We went back to God and went, God, there's a demon woman in there. She said I should have
No.
individuality. Um, that's basically the gist of it. So now we know who our adversary is. We can continue. So there's spikes on the floor. There's these laser lines. Essentially, the lasers, you can go. They can go through you, but you can't go through them. Basically, while you are moving, uh, they will hit you. But if you're stationary, they will not hit you. That's how it goes. So we just got to get our clones onto the other side.
So what I'm hearing is the lasers are a lot like the Tyrannosaurus Rex in Jurassic Park. If you stand perfectly still, it can't hurt you.
That is true, 100%.
I knew I liked this game.
All right, just gonna slide those friends on over there and slide this friend all the way back over here.
While we do a little bit of puzzling here, I want to remind chat, we are well on our way to unlocking that bonus Half Dead 3 5x5 Nightmare difficulty showcase. The one that is the maximum difficulty on a very small map. Yeah, that one. We're only at £29.87 of a £200 goal. So if we could get a donation train going towards that, I would love to see it. £5, £10, £15. Whoever kicks it off gets to claim the glory of starting that. You get to exercise your free will and determine how expensive this ticket is, chat. I want to see this rolling.
This is Big Scared's wife, by the way. Thought y'all would like to know.
Isn't she lovely?
I'm not even exaggerating, by the way. I was streaming this game, and Big Scared came to my chat and went, "That's my wife." And I went, "Oh, I didn't know. Well, now I know."
It's true. It's true. I'm so glad you found her for me. She's perfect. She's
I
beautiful.
got you.
I miss her already.
You.
Speaking of beautiful women, there she is again. Oh, hi.
Yeah, she has told us that the things that you consider to be perversions, the things that you consider to be inappropriate, these are all things that have existed for a very long time. It is only by arbitrary authority that they have been deemed to be incorrect. And that art is art and should be allowed to exist. So there's that.
That's a beautiful sentiment, and I think that really echoes the spirit of this marathon of showing off games that don't get a lot of attention, that don't get a lot of love, that are outside of the box of what you would expect from a typical horror showcase, right? We have all these unique, wonderful things. We've had a jam-packed schedule all day. It's not over yet. If you want to see where the rest of the day is going, you can type !schedule in chat. And if you want to make sure we have more time tick, you can definitely kick off that dono train, get that rolling. We can unlock more Half Dead 3 later on. I would love to see that happen.
All right. Let me just get on in through here. Another thing that you can notice if you're paying very close attention is that the clones are there for a set amount of time, but you can actually accelerate their disappearance in case you don't want them to hold down the button for too long. Or you need them to let go of the button at a certain time. So a lot of this game has to deal with timing, especially when it comes to the speedrun. You want to be able to get rid of the clones at the right and proper time, so that, but you don't want to get rid of, the wrong ones too quickly. So you can speed up the rate at which all clones start deteriorating, but you have to be very careful when you do that because you don't want the wrong ones to vanish. So there's a whole timing aspect of this as well to take into account.
Did you say that time tick? Is that too much?
I would say that time tick.
That was too much. That's too much. I'm sorry.
All right. There we go. All right. Awesome. And in we go. And now, we just have another level like normal. Nothing to see here. Oh my god, it's the giant fleshy red skeleton monster. No one could have foreseen that it would appear here. But now that it has appeared here, we must run for our lives. It is a frantic sort of like, hey, do all these tricks all of a sudden. And you have to do them really quickly with minimal mistakes. Because this section and the other auto-scrollers like it are very punishing if you just misstep by a little bit, either by going too fast or too slow.
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about. This is just me at 3 a.m. when I'm out with the homies looking for beans.
Oh, I thought I recognized this.
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
I
don't
could have
know how my
swore.
likeness ended up in this game. But what I do know is that we are only 30 pounds away from hitting 500 pounds raised for safe in our world. Every single pound makes a huge difference. These are pounds that go towards keeping open crisis lines, community safe spaces, training programs for community managers in gaming. You know how toxic gaming can be. Gamers, we want to make the world just a little bit better, even though things are scary out there. So every donation matters. Thank you so much for everything we've done, but I do want to make sure that we unlock those Half Dead 3 incentives. So when you get your donation in, make sure you click that incentive button to unlock both of the bonus showcases.
Indeed, y'all want to see more Half Dead 3. You know you do. You know deep down that you do. I do because uh I've seen Half Dead 3 and it is quite the experience. Just gotta avoid my lactose intolerance there.
Man, when they said the milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, I didn't expect this is what it would look like.
Yeah, it turned out to be way more milkshake than anyone needed.
Yeah, sometimes it just goes there, and I'm glad they do.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
I also love how incredibly rectangular these stages are, despite how much milkshake there is all over them. It
That is
almost
so true.
it almost makes me think of, dare I say, a cube? Oh no. Oh no, it's not time for Half Dead 3 yet, but perhaps there could be more of it
Foreshadowing.
later. Foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm. All right. By the way, we did talk to our wonderful demonic woman again. I don't remember what she says there. It's been a while, but you know, hail. Um, let's get on up here. It's a little tricky right around these corners because you got to remember that you can do these little jumps that you can just go off of in the air. It's a crucial thing to remember, especially for this part here. Those little red skull things, uh, they turn off any of your clones when you touch them. And since we needed a clone at the very beginning to hold down the fort for us and make sure the door was open at the end, we need to make sure that we don't hit that.
Oh my goodness. I have a very important announcement. We have just hit 500 pound for safe in our world. Thank you so much, chat. And also thank you to Zopher for your 30-pound donation. That is also going to our target incentive. Thank you so much. Gamers, you know the price of your ticket to the train. 30 pounds.
Yeah. Let's go. That's awesome.
I know, that's really rad. Thank you.
Also, our friend, the Red Skull, has returned, but this way, looking directly at us, showing off his magnificent dental work that he had done. He doesn't actually do anything other than just watch you. He's just curious what we're doing. Just curious what we're up to. What's going on, you know? and
Oh,
is probably very impressed
goodness.
by my platforming skills.
Your platforming skills are absolutely astonishing. I want to point out to chat. It's no mystery that I watched Astrid speedrun this before the marathon, and so I can say with a degree of authority, the speed and intensity that she picked up this run is phenomenal. This is not the type of game that Astrid is known for playing. Puzzle platformers don't necessarily go hand in hand with the boomer shooters that we know and love you for. And so this is so far outside of your box, and this is such a vast demonstration of skill. I really hope everyone is enjoying this.
Oh, thank you. All right, we're gonna head back through the secret door. Um, and I just have a little thing that I want to remind people of as we go into this next room. Um, as we start kind of like doing this little no consequences platforming, um, just a little reminder that while this game is very influenced from the art of H.R. Giger, I just want to point out that H.R. Giger was a very interesting and complex artist who drew a lot of interesting things, doing very interesting things. Uh, that's all I had to say. Just I hope that you were focused on what I had to say.
Yeah, you know what else is really, really interesting? It's the
What's
fact that
that?
we are about 1/4 of the way, a little bit more, but about 1/4 of the way to meeting that 5x5 max difficulty nightmare showcase for Half Dead 3. That's huge, gamers. I believe we can get there by the end of Tamashii if we put our heads together, if we put our hands together, if we hold hands respectfully and consensually in the donation link. And by holding hands, I mean buying a ticket to the dono train and tagging that incentive onto your ticket because you want them to hold hands, right?
Of
Anyways,
course.
here's my friend Legwall. Legwall is a
Yeah.
funny little guy.
Coming back is the harder part because it's hard to see when those balls are showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and H.R. Giger, what an incredible artist, known for drawing many interesting things. Um, yeah, the art direction in this game is unforgettable.
Yeah, and for those of you who are like H.R. Giger, that name sounds very familiar. There are also inspired the Alien franchise. Maybe that might be where it's coming to you from. They are also widely influential on other media. They are referenced in shows like Face Off. So huge, huge, huge horror influence, specifically in body horror. And what was there's a specific flavor of like steampunk horror associated with it too.
Yeah, biopunk.
That one.
All right.
All those
That
orbs. That's
was th-
beautiful.
that was her testing us to see if we will make an excellent vessel for uh confronting God in his own domain to undo his creation for the sake of the betterment of all mankind. That's all.
Oh, that? Easy. That's just Tuesday.
Yeah.
I've played Final
Uh, put
Fantasy.
in put in layman's terms, we're playing a shmups now. There's this just one little specific spot that you can be where it's like, yeah, I'm good as long as I just keep shooting forward. Now, what if I told all of you that the shmups boss at the end of this is a multi-layered fetus? You'd believe me, wouldn't you? You should
Uh,
believe me.
that's just perfectly normal things. Look, we're in Assassin's Creed right now. This is the deep lore of Assassin's Creed. This is just what happens inside the Animus on a Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely.
So while Astrid surprisingly plays a shooter inside this platforming game, let me tell you a little bit about the charity we're serving today. Safe in Our World is a really cool UK-based organization. They run programs and services that are targeting mental health and peer support in gaming. They run a crisis line. They run training programs for community managers, and they also run a podcast and Discord space. They're super, super cool, and every single pence, dollar, pound, yen, peso, yuan, it will convert through PayPal, I promise you. Math is hard for me, but every bit counts, and every bit will get us closer to unlocking those extra Half Dead 3 showcases.
All right, we are now going to confront God with this demonic woman who is kind of sort of possessing us. So let's go and do that. God is going to have some words for us, I'm sure. And I'm sure everything will be fine.
Hold on, let me interpret. I think they're saying, don't forget to click the incentive when you donate to Safe in
So
Our
true.
World.
There we go. All right. All right. So we're back. The world is looking a little bit different. That's normal. Um, let's get going on to the Kaizo ROM hack part of the game, in which the platforming is for real. We've exited puzzle platformer and are now just doing the pure skill moment. Right.
Oh no, I'm so sorry to let you know. God is in my ear saying math is hard, but wisdom is better? I don't know. Did you know that for folks who have United States dollars, on your end, 5 United States dollars is $3.73 in Great British pounds? That is
Go.
still a phenomenal amount of money to donate to Safe in Our World. Every little bit counts. No donation is too small.
All right. Time is going to be coming up in a moment. I just gotta jump in that fetus over there. Let me just get to it. Boop. That's time.
Gaming.
Mm-hmm. That, everyone, is Tamashii. I hope that you have enjoyed what you saw here. It is one of the most interesting games that I speedrun, and it was a lot of fun to learn it because, as Big Scared said before, this is very outside of my wheelhouse for games that I usually typically speedrun for its style, but this game does honestly mean a lot to me, and it's a favorite video game of mine, so I wanted to learn the speedrun, and surprisingly, I actually did it. So, yeah. Uh, that's that's about it.
You did that. Where can the people find you?
At twitch.tv/Astrid the Horror Girl, I play horror games, I speedrun horror games, and I play other things too sometimes.
Love to see it. Thank you so, so much for showing this off, Astrid. This has to be one of the most unique things that Clock Tower has shown off at Time Tick ever. So thank you for bringing it here today. Chat, hang tight because we are not done. There is still one last run, and that is the Half Dead 10 by 10 by 10 multiplayer showcase. Stick around. It's going to be a good time.